Hi everybody, Richard Roy 2 here. This is a video response to Dowd 2008. He posted a video called Feminism. Dot dot dot. Interesting video discussing feminism. I know there are different people who present feminism in various ways, and some of them puzzle me, some of them baffle me. Dowd basically says that feminism, not feminism, but females, women are to a large extent slaves, and in a certain respect, one could see the reasoning for this kind of view. Because basically what it is talk about patriarchal society places males at fault. That's what the patriarchal society idea is all about. The idea that males are of the dominant or prominent influence in society, and therefore all things that come with society have or place women in a submissive role, where they have to abide by what the dictates of the prominent influence is. But this sort of thing is rather difficult because you can look upon it in many different levels. I've heard the term wage slavery used quite often, whereby the prominent influence would be corporations or businesses and companies and whatnot, where a person would be made to perform acts for a wage. But this is not something that is restricted to females. It's also directed at males, so males could be considered to be slaves as well. The idea of posing it as one sex, and I do understand there's a certain element of you cannot escape, is that females are the weaker sex, and you're called that for a lot of reasons. It's undeniable. But society has had the effect of changing that and giving, well, sort of taking away the power of the male's physique, because that is the dominant aspect of the male, is his physique as compared to the female. Society has brought us to a more equal footing, where the female's influence doesn't necessarily have to be strictly based on her physique. There's so much we do to make it possible for both the female and the male to perform the same task, using machinery and whatnot. The intellect is brought more up on the respect and influence poles. Because if we use this idea of patriarchy as if it was some sort of conspiracy, then we run into all kinds of problems, because when it comes down to it, ultimately nature is the one that's being the dominant influence and dictating what we have to do. We have to perform these acts in order to acquire the necessities of existence, of life. Life, an ongoing process of self-sustaining, self-generated action, blah blah blah, means that we have to do things to stay alive. If we don't, we're toast, How dare nature do such terrible influence? It must be a conspiracy of nature. Make much sense to you? Doesn't make much sense to me either. I think we've come a long way in the sense that civilization has made it more equal for both the dominant physique and the submissive physique. There's not as much of a power or influence as it once was. I can understand them wanting more in terms of equality, females. I have no problem with that, and they will strive to try to achieve that. And I will support it. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Yes, I know. Sorry, I'm too cheap to buy oil because oil is leaking into the Gulf. Yeah. I'm such a conservationist. So I'll squeak my way into your hearts. Love me. Don't mean to make that light of such a serious subject. Sometimes a little lighthearted can take things a little bit further. Let me know what you think, everybody, and down, please.